Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As usual, I am your host, Sellssi, and today we're going to talk about the Ghana Under-20 side. Breaking news is that the draw has been held. The draw for the Under-20 African Cup of Nations. It will be held in Cote d'Ivoire from April 26th to May 18th. And Ghana have been placed in Group A. Yeah, the Ghana Black Satellites, who qualified for the tournament last year, late last year, after they were able to got into the final of the WAFU Under-20 Zone B competition, and it was great to see them return again. They won the competition in 2021, beating Uganda in the final, so it was great to see a return for the Black Satellites. They are in a group that should be manageable. We'll talk through the draw and the various groups that have been matched here. I think the toughest group at a glance here is Group B, with the likes of Nigeria and Morocco in there. We're also going to talk about the Ghana Black Queens head coach. He's set to meet the press tomorrow, Valentine's Day, at the GFA Secretariat at 11 a.m. The head coach of the Ghana Black Queens was announced, I think, earlier in January, after it was purported and widely spread that we would be losing Nora Hotel. We lost her due to varying reasons, mostly clarified by the FA to be an issue with monetary benefits. And we have a new head coach. He will be meeting the press. We'll also talk about Kwesi Nyantakyi and Anas, the expose that happened in the number 12, 5 years on, and I think it has been dismissed. I think 7 years on, it has been dismissed. The case has been dismissed. We'll look at the details. And the sports minister has said that Otto Addo, the reasons for retaining him will be reviewed. I don't know how soon that will be, but it will be reviewed. We'll have a look at all that today. Subscribe if you haven't. Click on that notification bell to get more updates. Now, before I begin today, let me give a couple of shout outs to some of our most engaged commenters here on the channel. Now, Emmanuel Boating, thank you so much. This week, your community spotlight, most engaged audiences and our top commenters. Also here, Calvin Official TV, appreciate your comments on the channel. Infamous Media, it's been a long time I heard from you. Also here on KG Funny Fails and Gerhardt, thank you so much. Appreciate your comments on this channel. Keep your comments coming in. James Samoa, also a shout out to you. Kofi K, a shout out to you. And Deja Eric, appreciate your comments so much. We'll jump right into it, and we talk first of all about the Afcon Under-20. Now, the Afcon Under-20 draw was held just a couple of minutes ago. Ghana have been drawn in Group A. Yes, Cote d'Ivoire. Now, UNIFAC 2 is there because there was supposed to be Congo in there, but with issues in Congo right now, their footballing issues not being suitable, I think a space has been held there in case things are resolved, because Group A is supposed to have 5 teams. DR Congo is also in there. Ghana and Tanzania make up Group A. It should be a manageable group, considering if Congo does come in, it will bring another dimension altogether. So we look at the possibilities and see how things will unravel. And now with Group B, which is, in my opinion, the toughest group, we have Nigeria, Egypt, South Africa, Morocco. It's going to be a tough one. Nigeria, who are in position E2, owing to the fact that they did well in the last tournament, and Egypt also due to the fact that they were one of the best teams in the last round of the competition, and also South Africa and Morocco. These are no pushovers when it comes to African football, so it will be interesting to see how things unravel there. Group C has Senegal, Zambia, Kenya, and Sierra Leone. If I'm not mistaken, Senegal won the last edition. If I'm not mistaken, I stand to be corrected. But Senegal are doing amazingly well, and they, along with they will look to defend their title versus Zambia, Kenya, and Sierra Leone. So these are the groupings for the tournament that kicks off. It will kick off on April 26th to May 18th. that is the timeline for this tournament. We'll see how things unravel. We'll see how the teams are preparing. Ghana Black Satellites are already starting camp. They started camping in January. Coach Desmond Ofei will shift focus a bit to the Black Stars in March, then adjust himself back to the team as the tournament kicks off in April 26th to May 18th. What are Ghana's chances? Remember, the top 2 teams from each group will automatically go through. Then we pick the third best placed team from each group, or 2 third best placed teams, and then they will also go through to the next phase of the competition, which will be the quarterfinal stage, and then the semi-final and the final. 4 teams from this tournament, that means the top 4, those who make it to the semi-final, will automatically go into the Under-20 World Cup, which will be held later this year in Chile to represent Africa. So we hope Ghana can do it. Semi-final is the target to qualify for the Under-20 World Cup. The rest will probably be a bonus. But let me know your thoughts in the comments box on this one here. My next story has to do with the sports minister, Kofi Adams. He has been speaking about the future of Otto Addo. Now, Kofi Adams has not been one to shy away from the fact that he's not really a fan of how Otto Addo was retained, the manner in which he was retained. In this interview with Metro TV, he says it will be reviewed. The decision to retain Otto Addo will be reviewed. In my opinion, it is a bit too late for that to destabilize the structure. The FA took a decision looking like they didn't consult the main stakeholders or the payers of the coach, which is the Sports and Recreation Ministry. So what was the basis of their decision? According to the sports minister, it was not solid enough. So what is going to be done? It will be reviewed. And if a review comes and it is not suitable, will Otto Addo be removed from his post at this point when we have just a little over 1 month to the first game in the World Cup? Well, the next few games in the World Cup qualifiers. Well, I don't know what to make of this, but it's going to be interesting how things unravel in the coming days and weeks. Clearly, he's not a fan of how things were done. Would he make a change? I guess it's as good as mine. We'll see how things unravel on that front and see how Kofi Adams, as the new sports and recreation minister, handles the whole situation. But it is clear that he's not a fan of how everything was handled. So it's going to be interesting to see how he handles it. Now, High Court has discharged Kwesi Nyantakyi and co-accused after 5-year trial. And now, after a protracted legal battle spanning 5 years, a High Court presided over by Her Ladyship Justice Marie-Louise Simmons has discharged a former FA Association boss, Kwesi Nyantakyi, and co-accused. The trial, which garnered attention, ended without the Republic calling a single witness. The case faced significant hurdles, particularly in securing testimony from key witnesses. The final of 5 prosecution witnesses refused to testify unless allowed to wear a mask, and an usual request that was asked, obviously. The court appeals ruling on January 30th played a pivotal role in shaping the High Court's decision, reinforcing the principle that a fair trial requires the prosecution to present a credible evidence within a reasonable time frame. The case, which stands from an investigative expose by Anas Arimiyawa Anas, number 12 expose, has been dismissed now. I don't know what this means. Will they appeal? Does this mean Nyantakyi is free of guilt from all the issues that were exposed in the Anas expose? I'll leave that to you to judge. But that is the breaking news, and I'm just reporting that to you. And it's going to be interesting how things go on from now, how investigative journalists go about their duties and all that, whether due process needs to be followed, and whether that can make cases that are gutting or cases that are brought towards individuals in such a manner have to follow some processes before they can be validated. I'll keep you posted on that front, and that is how I'll end today, talking to you about the Black Stars head coach Otto Addo's future. It's not a great way of retention, according to the sports minister. We've been talking about the Under-20 Afcon. Ghana placed in Group A, and the group of death being Group B. Also talking about the release of charges, acquittal of Kwesi Nyantakyi after the ADDO'S expose. I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy the rest of your week.